Hotep, I am that I am. Some call me Heru, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist, your canna pro athlete. 420 games, shout out. Consider group, shout out. The Denver Bar Squad, shout out. Brother Abdul, Brother Jim McAlpine. We keeping it cracking, we keeping it moving. Shout out to you, Jay. What's good with you? We talking about, do you have clear intentions? Think about that. Think about that term, intentions, clear. You know, like I said, these are avenues for me to get more clear, get more focused in on my journey per se. And I just want to share some of this information that I have been encountering over the last few weeks or few hours per se. I got my music cracking, Auto Machine. Shout out to Auto Machine in the background. So let me talk about, do you have clear intentions? Now, the majority of these videos are for me to really go back into or go reflect within what's going on with me. And I'm able to express that on video if that's the case. My point is really going back into it, actually getting to understanding what's going on, how my mind is thinking, how am I programming, or how am I reprogramming or relearning to structure my outcomes or my goals or my dreams per se. Do you have a clear intentions? Do you have clear intentions? Now, let me read that word. Let me define intentions. Now, I went on Google and I found the word intention. I do have some hard dictionaries, but I didn't want to walk over there during the video time. Shout out to all the viewers and the respect, much love for coming in and sharing the moment, even if it's just a few minutes, to kind of get some insight and get out of there. Even if if you're getting value, like I said, if you're literally getting value from these videos, let me know. Stars up, thumbs up. Share it with those of your, family and friends who can maybe use some of this insight or this, awakening or this aha moment. So we're going to go in there. Do you have clear intentions? That's what I was talking about earlier, because I had an opportunity to really sit down with some folks and really get some more clear on my intentions, or the big thing, the big one thing. So intentions, a thing intended, an aim or plan, right? The action or fact of intending. What they got here. So that's pretty it right there. So they go into kind of, how they usually use an example of intending a person's design, especially a man's, in respect to marriage. Someone's intentions, one's intentions. If his intentions aren't honorable, I never want to see him again, relationship wise. But see, that's another thing too, with words, with meanings, with etymology of these terms that we have been forced, that has been forced upon us. I'm speaking English to you. That should be the first. I mean, we got to understand there has been some it's been some playing, some things that's been changed up, that's been moved, that's been manipulated, that's been out of character, as we all say. And it's about building character, right? Or establishing a personality, or aspects of your life where it's actually building, not taking. It's building a solid foundation. That's why they always talk about the foundation. If your foundation of calisthenics ain't on point, you're not gonna last long. You're temporary. Do you feel what I'm saying? You're temporary. If your basics ain't down, if you don't got your basics down, you're done. You're not gonna last in this industry, even if it's just on that level, just on a fitness level. You gotta stay consistent with it. You gotta stay on a consistent program. Literally, that's how our bodies function, period. And you have to have things tuned in. I mean, it's got to be a few things tuned in. to keep you balanced or unbalanced, however you want to look at it. But keeping some type of aha or roadmap or blueprint to what you're actually doing and what's actually effective, Clear intentions. Clear intentions. What is my clear intention? My clear intention is to help those that help themselves, literally, to be an inspiration to people where they're like, man, if this dude can do it, I know I can do it. You feel what I'm saying? In some cases, it might look kind of wow. I mean, and that's how I look at my brother, my brothers throughout the calisthenic world, Hit Richards to be exact. I'm looking at, okay, I can be on that level or above. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out, all respect to the brother. But I know I have the ability to do that. You see where I'm coming from? And he's older too, so it just make it more better. What I'm going to be looking like when I get older or get, to that particular age limit or whatever the case may be. Because it's really no limit. It's really no limit. We have boundaries. We have blockages. And that's the whole point of this video. Get rid of it. Get clear to what you want. Get clear to what I want. You feel what I'm saying? I want to live my life around fitness, around cannabis on a positive level, on a positive level. Look, when they look at the cannabis industry, they look at, man, that brother, he got his life together. You know what I'm saying? He's eating right. He's looking good. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. Think about it. When you interact, when you watching Michael Jordan or LeBron James, they look good in what they're doing, right? And they're able to do the things they love via basketball, whatever, and balance, some type of balance, because think about it. LeBron James's life is busy, way busier than ours. Think about all these, journalists and everybody trying to get his time and this and that. Man, that is frustrating. I mean, I'm dealing with it because I'm a journalist. You know what I'm saying? So I see all these compound, so you have to develop a clear intention. You got a clear plan of life, Let me drink to that one. Oh, man, I got to go get some more water, And that's key. Most of the people will see me with some water instead of no juice, no Kool-Aid, no pop, none of that other crap. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing too, because how the society. This is the one thing. How are we so caught up on pop or drinking soda? You ever thought about that? How are we so into that? I got to have this with that. And, these certain mannerisms that we think that's what it needs to be. I got to have ketchup or this and that on top of my fries. Or think about these programming systems. That's what I'm saying. You got to get clear. You got to be clear to what you want. If you don't have a plan of action, you're not going to do anything. Even if you don't start. That's the whole point of I won't say resolution, because if you're still trying to work on your resolution, it's a problem. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do this. No, you should be in action now. You should be already doing it. It should become a nature. It should become a habit, literally. It should be just part of the game. Okay, I'm going to head to the gym, or I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Boom. Regardless. That's why I love functional calisthenics, because you can do it anywhere. I don't have to go to the gym. I don't have to pay all these crazy funds and fees to just participate in the gym. I am the gym. Clear intentions. Now, I am the gym. To build on that is like, how can I help more people understand that principle and apply that principle to their life, right? And apply that principle to their life. Do we go about just winning medals throughout our life, right? How do we take it? Clear intentions. Do you have clear intentions? Do I have clear intentions? That's the question you ask yourself. Do I have clear intentions? What is the motive here? What is my purpose? Like we talked about. In the purpose, you're always defining your purpose. Literally, you always define it. Each and every minute, every second, you're defining it. I'm in this moment right now, thinking, using my imagination. How creative can I be to add value for those people who need it? Just think, this video right now is provided for those people who need this particular inspiration, motivation, right? Determination, persistence, consistency. We all know the principles. And if you have any kind of background in sports, you've been through this routine. You've been through that inspirational speech that gets you, your coach gets you prepped up right before y'all get ready to get out there on the field or however you are on the mat. And some of the brothers I know, most of the brothers I know from the old wrestling days, those who do know me, yeah, get you hyped up. I remember, I can't express enough, and just the thank you and the gratitude to Jack Phillips, literally, for getting the mind. This brother elevated the, and I don't know if he know this, and I think I mentioned this before, but the mindset he had just painted for me at that moment, right before I got on the mat for my state championship match, right? The mindset that he put me in, or helped put me in, or helped direct me in, or guided, therefore the end result became. You see what I'm saying? And that's how we have to look at it with our clear intentions. Do you have clear intentions? Do you have a clear... Think about this. Here's another one. Here's another reality, just an aha moment. It's so many elements, there's so much junk in the way. Kind of like the show, The Clutter. You ever seen that before? The Clutter, the show. And but they had the show Clutter, and it's based on, think about it. Think about what's going on in their mind. This is what goes on within all of us. We experience this. So we're not clear on what we want to do. Think about when you was coming up in your recreational sport as a child. I was talking to a brother yesterday. Matter of fact, he was telling me how his son's been playing football since he was 10 years old or 8 years old, something like that. I think he said 8 years old. He's been playing since he's been 8 years old. Now he's 12. So he's definitely have a mindset is driven where, okay, I'm going to play football and I'm going to play lacrosse and I'm going to play, basketball, right? And we're talking about a child who's actually in Denver, Colorado. So it's an understanding. Denver, Colorado is the hub for, a lot of athletes. That's actually, a lot of people are starting to know these particular athletes. And this has been going on for a few years, a few decades. But my point is, it's an understanding of a mindset. He don't have to worry about making a living. You don't have to worry about food on the table. You don't have to worry about clothes on his back. You feel what I'm saying? He just is. He's just doing it. Now, how can we bring that same opportunity to what we're doing? You feel what I'm saying? Or apply it to our clear intention, to what we want to see with our dream, our goal. And I know a lot of us, and we should have multiple dreams, multiple dreams, obviously, but multiple goals and outcomes, literally. But we have to specify. We have to specialize in certain things. And that's what I have been doing recently with my aha moments. Like I said, 2018, this is the year. This is for prospering. This is for money making. This is for emotional making. This is for every aspect. You are the gem. You are the success. You are becoming what you claim you are. But your claim is not stable. Your claim is a continuum. Do you have clear intentions? I know I'm working on my clear intentions daily. I keep it grinding daily. And I'm wondering, why are we looking? This is another thing too. Are we looking for permission? Are we looking for Donald Trump to say, oh yeah, I'll give you this much and allocate this and do that? This is what we want to do. No, you got to realize he's just playing the part. He's just playing a part. He's not your president. I hope y'all don't really believe that he's your president, literally, because the president is you. You're present. You feel me? You're present. You are the president. You feel what I'm saying? You make the decision. You're making that last decision on what, when, where, why, how, and when. You feel where I'm coming from? That's why we talked about the power of now, taking it in your own hands. But you got to realize, too, this is the cold thing. The caveat is that we need others. See, that's one of the things, too, I don't get from when I'm these, E.G. Preacher and all these Les Browns and stuff. You got to realize these brothers are using other people, but we don't talk about that side of how we're using them. How are people how are they intertwined in your success? You kind of see what I'm saying? That's the one thing I'm still kind of distinguishing within the particular personal development, self-help industry, or the neurolinguistic programming per se. Because how we're charging money, right? You're charging money to elevate the spirit, to elevate the mind. You're charging for this. And maybe how you're looking at it, maybe your services like your books and, like I have books, I have different tools you can use or purchase, to add more value to you, to help you take your life to another level when you take ownership. You feel what I'm saying? You have to take ownership. We have so much information that is drowning the people. It's drowning me, right? So how do we measure that? Or how do we actually distinguish what is it that we have to be clear on, right? I have a few principles that I'm clear on. I see it, the bigger picture, boom. But then there's other things, certain belief systems that have been embedded within me. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. I'm not claiming I have all the answers, but I'm willing to go out there to get the answers. Now, how many of you are able to do that, are willing to do that? I know your health have to be intact, because if your health ain't intact, how are you able to move? How are you able to get around those particular people or energy or opportunities? Or, that's what I love about functional calisthenics. I'm able to get out in nature, in a park, share my moments with other brothers and sisters like Abdul, the Denver Bar Squad. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, and be able to share those moments, share and building value together, building health together, building your fitness game together. What's bad about that? It's not bad to me. I think it's a benefit. And how many people can you inspire? How many people can you lift? Not saying you're lifting them up by yourself. No, we're talking about as a collective. Do you have clear intentions? I don't know what it is, but I feel that I have to do these videos. Any of you feel that way? I don't know what is in me, but it's like I have to share this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I just, and I know the videos are long, but it's like time and time again, it's like, why are we not able to see the bigger picture, the clearer intentions? You feel what I'm saying? If you have to, okay, if I'm preparing for this, triathlon, therefore the Ironman, I know it's going to take super work. I know clear point. I have to get my swimming game on. I have to get my biking, my cycling game on, and I have to get my long distance running game on. You feel what I'm saying? And that's generalizing, right? But at the same time, those are the foundations. That's what I don't get when people always talk about, well, you think it too big and this and that. But obviously, if you know the next step, help me with the next step, or help me identify the next step I need to take to get to that bigger picture. Do you have clear intentions? The power of now is implementing within the power of now. You know, I can do what I do. I can be what I be. I'm here now. This expression or this energy is here right now. You know, I want to do all the other stuff and this and that. But what am I doing right now? And I'm sharing views. I'm sharing ideas. I'm sharing my concepts. Not saying it's my concepts, my ideas, my imagination. It's ours. The same energy is going within you now. It's just probably dormant. You feel what I'm saying? I want to elevate the energy. I want to elevate the frequency, make the frequency a lot more higher. We're influencing multi-millions, multi-billions, 105 billion, right? Not just funds, not just this, not just that, but be able to share it with the collective, as Microsoft has done with the computer, the PC, as Apple have done with the Macintosh, as Amazon has done with their particular portal. You feel what I'm saying? And many more other aspects. But the problem is, how do we keep it organic? How do we keep it in a function where, don't take me wrong, I'm not saying you got to make everybody happy. That's not the point. Because there's going to be some haters, right? And you can look at all my YouTube channels and stuff. Man, I got plenty of haters. But that don't bog me down. That don't get me in a point. That fuels me. I want to take it to the next level, beyond, where they're like, what the? You gotta love them. Like they say, you love them or you hate them. You love Michael Jackson or you hate Michael Jackson. That's what it comes down to, literally. Literally. You see what I'm saying? It's just an understanding. It's just an understanding, and it's an overstanding. Do you have clear intentions? It's funny because I'm able to articulate more on the video, to really get what's actually inside you that needs to be expressed or needs to come out. Do you have clear intentions? And that's why I'm always about writing it down. We tend to keep things in our head. We tend to keep a lot of things in our head. Therefore, that's why we get the stagnation or the stagnant. A good video to watch, a good video series to watch is throwing this out there. No, they're not sponsoring me or anything like that, but the Avatar, the Airbender, the original series, the first series, Airbender, Aang the Airbender, the Avatar. And what's so cool about that series, you learn so many lessons within it, right? So he's a young guy. I think he's 10 years old, and the whole time there, or 12 or 12. Yeah, that's what he was. He was 12, not a teenager yet, but right in that adolescent, going into that teenage mindset. But the wisdom that was given, throughout the particular progression of the show was actually very clear intentions. Far as finding his role, Aang the Avatar, finding his role he played. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I'm like working with in my clearing of my intentions. What role do I play? Like my roommate, she broke it down to me today. And it's cool having people who can actually reflect certain things that they feel that's coming from you, emotionally, physically, whatever, spiritually. And she broke this analogy down, and all shout out, all respect, all credit to her for this. Even though I have had some opportunities, it was broke down a little different, but it's actually a great metaphor. So what are the roles you're playing? Do you have clear intentions? So she broke it down as the driver, the passenger, and the traffic officer, right? Using those three elements. So now we know I like to define or the meaning of their particular roles. Okay, the driver, obviously behind the wheel, behind the car, controlling the game, getting understanding where the car goes, yada yada yada, right? DMV, whatever the case may be, license, whatever. No. So then we'll break it down to the passenger. Okay, the passenger is just in the back seat doing his thing, or in the side seat, whatever the case may be. He ain't really saying who, what, when, where, but he's just along for the ride, or she's just along for the ride, right? So then we'll break it down to the traffic officer. He really is not making no decisions. He's just directing you, kind of like you stop here, or you pass go to jail, or whatever the case may be, Monopoly, right? Just directing the traffic, making sure everything is running smooth. And as the brother would say, what role are you playing? So this brought me to a book. It's just funny how things are kind of, how the universe just gives you these lessons. But if you're not able to comprehend the lesson, obviously you're not going to get the result you're looking for. You feel where I'm coming from? So it's funny because I've been reading this book called The E-Myth by Michael Gardner. I might be killing his last name, but it's a famous, not necessarily, it's a famous entrepreneur must-read book, right? The E-Myth. Great book, wrote it back in the 70s, and he just updated, and he's been studying these entrepreneurs for many years, and he's just showing some of the results that's been getting from these particular entrepreneurs and business owners, yada yada yada, throughout the years. But he breaks down these elements. I think the element, or the parts, the roles was entrepreneur, adolescent, and technician, and he was breaking it down, and he was showing these particular categories, what roles they actually playing on a mentally, physically, spiritually, financial role. Like, so the entrepreneur is more of the creative, make things happen, very resourceful, and utilize other resources to add to that value. Then you have the technician. Okay, it's got to be done like this. This is what it's got to be, how we got to approach it, and boom, boom, boom. It's all technical. Then instead of the adolescence, forgive me, let me step back. It was the manager mindset. So manager, just managing certain things, making sure everything is working right, whatever the case may be, to, making sure this is okay, and yada, yada, yada. So it's these different roles, kind of like the driver, the passenger, and the traffic officer. What role are you playing? What role do you identify with or can find to make that clear intention to what move or whatever aspect of that dream or that goal outcome you're working on achieving, right? So being clear intentions, write it down. You must write it down. You should write it down. Like I said, I write everything down, most every day. But I journal. That's one of the things I wanted to throw out today. Start journaling. Make that a New Year's resolution. Just start journaling. Take a few minutes. It don't even have to be that long. 5 to 10 minutes, and just journal your thoughts. Just journal your thoughts. What's going on with you right here, right now? And then you start getting clarity. I'm going to be, after this 15-day audio books, I'm going to actually be doing, I'm going to go back to this exercise that I think has been very beneficial for me, because I go back and I'm looking back at where I was within my particular psyche, what was going on in my thinking process. And it's due to Julian Carmen, the Artist Way exercise that she offers. And it's like in the morning, you just take some time, 3 pieces of paper, and just write your thoughts. Write your thoughts. Boom, boom, boom. Write your thoughts. What you're thinking. Boom. Right when you get up in the morning. Even though I have to, some things you got to manipulate, make it happen. Boom, boom, boom. Just give you some time. Dedicate time. That's the key thing. Dedicate time. Like I said, do your own research. Do your own homework. And do your own due diligence. Like I said, I'm here for you. If you need some tools, I got those tools, for you to take it to the next level. Literally. Take it to the next level, because I think each one teach one, each one help each other. If we're helping each other, we can catapult each other a lot quicker. It's all about the team, really. Keep it real with you. Those of you who, we need a team, mentally, physically, spiritually. We all need a team, even in the spiritual realm. You need a team. You see what I'm saying? But on that note, peace. I'm out. Until next time, until next week, I'll get up with you. Peace.